Welcome to another episode of From My Perspective. I'm your boy Deion coming at you with these sports takes. Obviously, joined by the main man Q. How's it going, Q?
Hey man, what to do what it is. It's your boy, Mr. Bell. I can't say your name up on the spot. Might not with you to mile. What's going on, Deion, dog?
Nothing much. We got a little bit to talk about today before we get to it though. Please like, please subscribe before we get it. I just want y'all to like and subscribe. And also follow the Twitter account at perspective_08. Well, actually, we're ready to talk about something that I posted on Twitter that you sent to me to post on Twitter. Start bench cut.
Mm-hmm.
Started out. Let's go ahead and start out. The first one was the 6-man edition. It was J.R. Smith, J crossover is what I like to call him. And then you got Manu Ginobili. I'm gonna go ahead say mine's first.
Okay.
And it was pretty simple. I got Manu, J crossover, and J. I'm starting Manu, benching J crossover, and cutting J.R. Smith.
Okay. And I see why you did that there.
Mhm.
I see why you did that there. And that's what I was thinking. Then I thought about it. I'm gonna
Mm.
start Manu because I think that's the easy one.
Yeah, easy. Championship pedigree, that was the biggest reason.
I think I'm gonna bench JR and cut Jamal Crawford.
Come on.
Reason being is JR can give you some defense. Jamal wasn't giving you no defense.
You're not wrong.
Like he can get you 50, but he give up 45.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
JR on the other hand, he can get you 40, but he could probably get them to go down to 20 or 30. So
Now, some I hate that anytime when I see a picture of him, the first thing that comes to my mind is that blunder he had with
LeBron like
Cleveland.
right over here with the
So that's why in my head I gotta bench you just solely off that. I mean, I gotta cut you just solely off that. That's why
perspective.
I cut
I
JR.
I respect it, but nah, I'm gonna put JI because JI gonna give you some defense. And he Jamal gonna give you a high. I was about to say JI gonna give you a highlight. Jamal gonna give you a highlight too. But
Yeah, they
he
both
gonna
can get you highlights.
Jamal can get you them. He got them handles. Like he's smooth with it. Like
It's
I ain't taking nothing
it's
from the man.
it's damn near and one street ball session with him on the court.
Yeah, but J.I. can fly, especially in them Denver days.
Oh man,
That man was out here on something. I believe I could fly. What you mean? Nah, man. I'm gonna go J.I. I'm gonna bench J.I. and I'm gonna cut Jamal Crawford. It's close though. Like it really is close.
but I
And
see we clearly both agree. I mean, I'm sure when you made it, when I saw it, I was starting Manu off rip. That was
yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was without question that I was starting Manu. And people saying, we had some people in the comment section because I posted it on TikTok as well, and they was talking about I'm gonna bench Manu. I'm like, what? You gonna bench Manu? That mean rings that man
man.
got? He only 6-man edition because he wanted to be, because he
Yeah,
chose to come off the bench.
it
Hey,
gets
don't get me wrong, like I know J.I. started a lot, but man, what? Nah, dog.
and shout out to all three of them. Like 95% sure they all have a 6-man of the year award, right? I'm
I'm,
95% sure.
I know Manu do. I know Jamal do. Let me check J.
I'm like 95% JR has one as well.
Let me check that one.
But yeah, I mean
Yeah.
he's been known as a 6-man. Obviously he started out.
2000, 2013 while playing for the Knicks. Yep.
Yeah, so they all have a 6-man of the year award. So yeah, that's why I call it 6-man edition. But next one, pretty much small forward, probably underrated small forward edition is what I call it. We have Lamar Odom, Danny Granger, and Antoine Walker. Now I'm gonna go ahead and be completely honest with you. You sent it to me.
Uh-huh.
I looked at Antoine Walker. I was like, I know the name. I was like, ain't that Antoine Walker? But I wasn't familiar with his game. And I would like, if you ever see this, Mr. Walker, I would like to formally apologize to you.
You sorry, man.
Because I knew the name, because obviously I'm a sports fan. I watched basketball. And I knew he was on the championship Miami Heat team. Because that was the first one with Dwayne Wade and Shaq. Because that was one of the first championship games that I watched. And he was a decent little role player. I was like double digits. But I wasn't really familiar with his game. When I looked at his stats, and I went with his prime, and his prime was early 2000s when he was with the Boston Celtics.
You're right.
The man was averaging 23, 5, and 9, shooting 36 from 3 and 40 from the field. I'm sorry, I didn't know the man was that good. I just knew him as a role player. So with that being said, I know Danny Granger was good. I know Lamar Odom was nice. But I'm starting Walker, benching Granger, Danny, and I got to cut Lamar Odom.
Okay. So this was hard for me, right? It's real hard for me because it's some Indiana bias in this. Danny Granger played for Indiana for most of pretty much his whole career except for the last 2 seasons. He played for the Clippers in Miami. As a matter of fact, the Clippers, he only played 12 games that year. Cool. So it's a little homer in me, right? It's a little homer in me. I know what Danny Granger in that Pacer uniform before he had all the injuries. Oh, that man put up some buckets. Put up some buckets. You hear me?
He was low key keeping Paul George off the court for a little bit.
Man, yes. But then the injury bug got caught up to him, so he was really never the same player. So it's some bias. So it's hard, right? It's hard for me. I'm gonna start. I kind of want to start this one person, but his off the court stuff is kind of like
That's why I cut him. Just like when I see Jr., I think of that blunder in Cleveland. When I see Lamar Odom, I think of Stephen A. Smith.
But let me tell you though. Let me tell you about Lamar though. On the court, Lamar did it all.
Mm-hmm.
He could score a little bit. He can get his teammates involved. He could rebound, bro, could play defense. Like he was a jackknife. You know what I mean? He could do everything on his basketball court. Did he do one thing great? No, but he did everything really good.
Mm-hmm.
And he also got 2 of them things. He got 2 of them rings. He got 2 of them. Everybody talk about Kobe and Paul. Pal.
He was a big part. He was a big part of that.
It's not Paul, it's Pal.
Pal, yeah. He was a big part of that.
He was the big part of that. He was the third star because it wasn't Bynum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So part of me wants to start Lamar. I'm gonna start Lamar. I'm gonna bench Anton Walker and I'm gonna cut Danny
Granger. I'm surprised you cut Danny Granger.
I ain't want to. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, Antoine Walker got this. Antoine Walker, Boston Celtic days, was put up buckets. He put up buckets. So it's hard. It's hard. And Danny Granger, as it were, his highs was really high, but he was only peaking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I say 5, 6. Say 5, 6 years high, as it were. Walker's I feel like was a little bit longer than Lamar's as well. So yeah, I'm gonna start Lamar, bench Antoine Walker, and cut Danny Granger. Shout out to Danny Granger though, Indiana all day.
I would say I'm sure the spot. I just knew you was starting Danny Granger. I just knew it was. But that start bench cut from my perspective edition.
He's the best scorer out of all of them, though. I do want to say. I think he's the best scorer than Antoine Walker. My bad, go ahead.
I will agree with that. I definitely would agree with that. But Again, that is our start bench cut from our perspective. Again, if you want to join the conversation, follow the perspective underscore '08. I imagine that we'll have more of these throughout the years, throughout the months, throughout the years. And also follow the TikTok, was the Mixed Vibe TikTok,
Mixed Vibes Media. Yep.
Mixed Vibe Media TikTok. So if you want to join the conversation, we don't know how much longer we got TikTok.
I was going to say that thing about to be gone. Follow the
We don't
Facebook
know how
page.
much longer. If we got it, if maybe the but follow it anyways, just in case they last minute keep it. But perspective underscore '08 on Twitter. I plan on posting some more of those so y'all can get into the conversation as well. But let's go ahead and move on to what's going on next Monday, and that's the last game of the college football season. It's Notre Dame, it's Ohio State. It's going to be a ratings bonanza. I know the CEOs, the producers, what I think is on ESPN, all the CEOs and the producers, man, I know they got a real hard on about this game because them ratings is about to be crazy high.
Mm-hmm.
But who you got? Let's go ahead and ask who you got. What you think's gonna happen? How you feeling about it? And I'm assuming you're gonna watch it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah. You know, honestly, dog, I'm gonna tell you this first. So normally they have MLK basketball,
yep.
and they have basketball on MLK Day. But I was like, ESPN showing two games early, but they ain't showing no game at night. Normally it's like a kind of at
Mhm.
least 3, 4 games. It's like an all day thing, kind of similar to Christmas. But then I realized that the college football championship.
It's a lot going on that day. Honestly, college football.
Yeah.
You got that inauguration thing going on too. It's gonna be a lot going on. So college, I mean NBA, y'all got a lot to compete with on y'all days. Cause again, MLK Day is supposed to be y'all day as well. But
It is supposed to be, but now college football is coming to take y'all that day as well. Which we'll talk about this in the off season. The college football need to work on that the home playoff situation. I got some ideas. We'll talk about this later on. All right. What I think is gonna happen. I personally think I think it's gonna be closer than people is assuming. Ohio State's gonna win. Let me say that. Let me say that first. I got Ohio State winning. But I'm giving Notre Dame. I think the spread is like an 8 point spread. I'm gonna give it to Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame is gonna keep it within a touchdown.
yeah,
And
it's 8.5.
I think it's going to be. It's going for that to happen. It's going to have to be a defensive game because we already seen it. Notre Dame ain't putting up 40 with Ohio State. It's not what they're gonna do.
They not putting
It's
40 on anybody for real.
they true, true, but that's not what Notre Dame's gonna do. Riley Leonard, that ain't his game. He's gonna methodically get you down that field with some quarterback draws and whatnot. But I think because of that, and giving credit to Notre Dame's defense, which has improved over the year, I believe they're going to keep it close. I'm going to go with Ohio State because it's simple fact. Y'all spent all that damn money. Y'all better win. Which I found out today. Ole Miss spent that damn near money, but they was out here at the tax layable. They spent damn near the same amount. It was at the tax layable. So Ryan Day's a good coach. You gonna give him that?
The the biggest difference with Ohio State and Ole Miss, Ohio State, I don't know how they did it, but Ohio State's had a lot of players on last year's team that could be on a NFL roster starting this year, but for some reason, NIL, they decided
Hey,
to come back.
NIL and the fact that you gonna come back for another year. We gonna get you in the playoffs. I mean, we gonna get you in the playoffs and we gonna win a championship. Also, you still get paid for it. So it's like a win-win, and you can improve your draft style.
Yeah, so and I listen to a lot of podcasts. A lot of people are saying this Ohio State team is the last super team you will see with the parity that's coming in college football. I agree with it. You're absolutely right. Has to be Notre Dame's gonna muck this up. This has got to be a 17-10, 17-20 game if they want to win this game. They basically need to turn on that Michigan tape and do what
Mm-hmm.
Michigan did to Ohio State.
Yep.
Try to force Ohio State to run the ball, be tough. Because if Ohio State starts slinging that thing, Jeremiah Smith, uh with Iboka, they gonna tear them up. Will Howard ain't the best quarterback, but he's good enough with all the weapons out there to do some damage. With that being said, uh some people like normally I would say Ohio State
Mm-hmm.
situation, but as someone that has put a Notre Dame future national championship ticket out before the playoffs started,
Really?
I caught it at a good price. That's why I put it in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Notre Dame.
Okay. All right. I respect it. I respect your decision making, standing by your money bet. I respect that. I don't agree with your pick, but like you said, you got a good. Yeah,
Yeah,
take it when you
I
get it.
think I got that thing at like plus 900.
So I won't say I won't. I hope I pronounce the last name right, but it's Notre Dame's backup quarterback, Steve Angel. I don't want to disrespect the man. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but if he comes into a track meet, they're gonna have to put him in because we seen when Riley Leonard got benched. Well, not benched. He got hurt.
Got hurt.
My bad. That's the wrong word. When he got hurt, we seen him sling that ball, get them down the field, get them in scoring position. They got a quarterback of future to wait. They don't need to pay no NI money to go get somebody else. They got him. If he turns into a shootout, Notre Dame have to put that backup quarterback in. Steve, I don't pronounce the man's last name wrong. Put that man in, let him get his stuff in. Hopefully Jeremiah Love is healthy because that also helps them
Yep.
slow the game down when they got their healthy number one running back.
Yep.
If he's healthy and they go get them first downs, like I said, slowly, get the ball down the field, do some check downs, do some quarterback draws. Hopefully Love is healthy or healthy enough to give them basically, like what he gave them in his last game. They can win the game. But they got to do that on offense. And then let's be real, Ryan Clarkson.
Jordan Clark.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you. Jordan Clark and that defense,
I
they're gonna
got
have to bring it.
y'all got y'all work cut out for y'all.
Hey, Jordan gonna have to play like his daddy. You know what I mean? Which he showed he got some skills. He got some skills on him. So it's gonna be him and the their defense. They're gonna have to slow down Ohio State, which is not easy to do.
Not easy to do. Yeah, so before we slide on to the next topic, I do want to go back a little bit to the Notre Dame. I'm Ohio State. Obviously, they beat Texas, good game, but I want to specifically talk about Penn State and Drew Aller, and I want to get your thoughts on something. And I thought it was pretty interesting. Before the playoffs, Drew Aller pretty much said he was coming back, causing the backup quarterback to basically say, "All right, since you coming back, I'm gone." As the playoffs was going on, and we'll talk about the draft coming up here. Obviously, your team is on the clock, but before we
Yeah.
get there, we'll talk about it. But there was some rumblings about Drew Aller, this, Drew Aller, that. There was some GM saying they was trying to nudge him to say, "Hey, don't stay, come out." Some people were saying he's QB1 for real, for real. When they tripping, I think they tripping. We'll get there. I thought they was tripping to begin with, but they was basically trying to say, Drew Aller, you
He
should
number
come
one.
out, especially if you show out. You should definitely come out. So I'm sure he heard the things, but obviously he's getting paid. He's getting NIL money. But the performance he put out against Notre Dame has to go down in history as one of the biggest bag fumbles because going into that game, he was talked about as maybe going QB1. It was little GM saying they wanted him to come out. I know the
Mm-hmm.
New York Giants was one team that they wanted him to come out. Some of them GMs probably should get fired for doing that because you probably could have cost your team. But the man had a generational bag fumble in that last game, I believe.
He okay, he did, but I think he got off the hook with Sam Darnold. To Sam Darnold, let's fumble the bag,
Yeah,
a
you're right.
bigger, a
You're right.
bigger, a bigger bag.
That was a bigger bag fumble. So
So I think he got off the hook. Uh, it's fine. All right, let's be real. I think the transfer portal need to be moved, but because you gonna get in situations where like it's where okay, cool, the quarterback is going to show out in the playoffs, but your transfer just left. So
Yeah.
now this team is left with no quarterback. So
Yeah.
now they in the transfer portal, but they in the second transfer portal after like spring practice, so you getting them second level QBs.
Drew Aller is coming back though. He confirmed he's coming back, but that I mean that was talks to him changing his mind.
Yeah, but he could change his mind again.
Yeah, true. So can Quinn Ewers, who said he was going to the draft, but he could change.
Yeah, they say he QB. He one of them top three QBs too, and I don't.
He
We'll get,
definitely not top two. I for sure not top two.
but the two that we think top two, some people don't think one of them's a top 10.
We'll
And I'm
see.
talking about top 10 QBs, not top 10 superior. We're talking about top 10 QBs.
We'll see if that GM has a job next season.
So yeah, you gonna get
but
to it.
but we'll get to the NFL draft in the coming weeks. Obviously, the Tennessee Titans are on the clock. You know,
You ain't gotta keep saying it though. We know, bro. We wasn't no good, bro. You ain't gotta keep saying it, bro. Like for real. I know we ain't no good. I got it. I got it.
good. My team ain't no good either. And since we're here, we might as well go ahead and talk about them. On my custom beanie since we here. All right. So my Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, he decided late in the process
Hey,
to not renew Mike McCarthy's contract. And I tweeted this out on my personal Twitter account because I honestly I don't know all the rules. It's in the NFL. There's a lot of little stuff that I don't know. But Adam Schefter tweeted out after it happened because of the timing, we would not be able to interview Aaron Glenn or Ben Johnson, who are the top two head coaching candidates pretty much for everybody in this NFL coaching cycle. We won't be able to interview them. That's GM malpractice by Jerry Jones. If you didn't want the man, first off, a week ago, the Bears requested to interview Mike McCarthy. Jerry was like, oh, no, y'all can't. Jerry declined the request. He told him, no, y'all can't. Just for a week later to be like, no, we ain't gonna resign you, big dog. Just so he can get the interview a week later. What are you doing, Jerry? But I digress. Since we're here now personally, I like Mike McCarthy. I would have liked him to come back, but hey, it is what it is. Had a bad season. I don't think he's a bad coach. He just had a bad season this year. He went 12-5, like 3 seasons in a row. That's not easy to do in the league. But since we're here, let me go ahead and go through my coaching candidates, what I would like to see first. Let me go ahead and hit you with my unrealistic coaching desire. I'm just go ahead and go. I'll say I like Mike Tomlin. It's unrealistic, but I'll take Mike Tomlin.
I don't know if it's unrealistic now, but go ahead.
Yeah. So that's my unrealistic. That's really my one unrealistic one. Bill Belichick, he was swirling, but it's still probably unrealistic now. Apparently, he hasn't signed yet, but he has signed. I don't know what's going on with him in USC, but I digress. Realistically, who I really want is Brian Flores or Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator from the Lions or the defensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings. I would like one of them too. I think they're both leader of men. They could, if they get the right offensive coordinator, they can get things shaking. But we both know, me and you both know that our defense is our moneymaker. It wasn't last year, but our defense usually is the moneymaker, especially when we have a lead, which we haven't had leads like. Uh Realistically, and we'll talk about the seemingly hot candidate here in a second, but realistically, I think Jerry Jones is gonna go with Kellen Moore. someone that's not too big that he can still overshadow. That's what I think he's going to end up going with. Could be wrong, but let's go ahead and talk about the main guy that's been talked about. My guy, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, my favorite athlete of all time. Um, Rumor has it, my mom named me after him, but let's go ahead and talk about it. Apparently, from what I'm hearing now, is that he is interested. He's had talks with Jerry, um, and he would take it. Now, first, before I get your thoughts about Coach Prime being the Dallas Cowboys coach, my first thought was it's not gonna happen because I watched a bunch of interviews with Coach Prime. And seemingly every interview, he said, I have no desire to coach in the NFL. His words, I don't have desire to coach play people that are not doing what they're getting paid to not do what they should do. Now, maybe his thoughts have changed a little bit because of NIL in college football now. Could be. But that's just, I just go man by, I take a man by what his word is. And his word was, I'm not coaching in the NFL. Looks like he's going back on that. It is what it is if he does. Secondly, he said this pretty recently. If he was to coach in the NFL, it would be to coach his sons. Now, I was listening to Get Up this morning. Adam Schefter pretty much said that is not the case when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. Because another thing, and again, I watch a lot of interviews. One thing Coach Prime has said, I hate that he put it like this, but he said, of all the teams he's played for, Jerry Jones was his favorite owner to play for. So obviously he has a good relationship with Jerry Jones. Now I told you my realistic who I would want. I wouldn't hate Coach Prime. It would bring a lot of attention, which is what Jerry Jones would want. Wouldn't hate it. Wouldn't be too thrilled about it. But if we're gonna go full circus mode, full lights, full cameras, full action, we might as well go ahead and do it and get them. So just get it over with. Can we get us a coach in the building now, Jerry? Stop being a GM now. Just I don't know. You really just need to give up the GM job, but you're not. So here we go.
You ready?
Ready?
You ready? I mean, if y'all don't get Deion to do the whole circus thing, y'all might as well get T.O. out here to be the wide receivers coach.
Might as
If,
well.
if y'all go him and Mike, get Urban out there.
Might as well. Bring out all this. And I don't know if we a candidate for it because I don't think we was on that Hard Knocks. I don't think we was on that Hard Knocks list of next year's candidates. But I could imagine NFL might make them be a candidate for it.
With Deion, yeah, I own there for sure, for sure. All right, people gang, let's be real. The Deion situation. Jerry's ego would not. I don't think it would really allow him to hire Deion. I could be wrong. I just don't see his ego allowing him to do it because Jerry won't be the star. I was listening to Tim Collishaw, and he was talking about how it would be 20 to 30 reporters outside Michael McCarthy's office interviewing Jerry, and then McCarthy's office, it was like 5 of them because Jerry was the bigger draw. You're not doing that with Deion.
Yeah.
Deion the bigger draw. Deion the one. Deion is the one. You hear me?
Yep.
So I don't know if his ego will allow him to do that, but then again, he likes for the Dallas Cowboys to be in the news. Deion gonna put you in the news. The thing with Deion is, and I said this, like talking about is him being a college head coach. I don't think Deion is the X's and the O's coach. I think Deion is the coach to get you to run through a wall for him.
Yeah, Deion is the leader, man. From what I've seen, he doesn't call any plays. He doesn't. He's just game coordinator and leader of men.
Deion is very CEO of the football team, which you need that in college now. Let's be real. You get an offensive coordinator, you handle the offense, defensive coordinator, you have a defense, special teams, you handle special teams. Y'all all report to me, and I make the decisions.
Yep.
That's what Deion is to me. Deion is he's a businessman, play of a head coach of a football team, and he's like I said, get you to go through the wall for him. Hell, he make me want to go through the wall for him sometimes, and I ain't one of his player. I don't see Deion as the X and O coach because I don't see great players being able to be like the X and O head coach.
It's usually tough for great players because it's hard for them to teach what they did because what they did was next level spectacular that only the 1% of the 1% can do.
A great player that I could think of because even like in hockey, Wayne Gretzky, he even struggled as a head coach. Only one I can think of is Larry Bird, and let's be real, he wasn't the greatest head coach when he came back to coach Indiana. He was good though. He was really good, but he wasn't the greatest. The person who I could see doing it for is Chris Paul. Shout out to Chris Paul. But back to Deion, I just don't know. Like I said with the X's whole situation. So I don't think the Deion situation is gonna happen. The Mike Tomlin thing, you said it. I think it is a strong possibility because simple fact, there's a lot of rumbling right now about maybe it's because they need something to talk about on the shows. But
Yep.
there's a lot of rumbling about Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin's gonna get you. Mike Tomlin's gonna be good enough to get you in the playoffs, but he ain't gonna be never be good enough with the quarterbacks and stuff that he has to win you a Super Bowl. But he also never gonna be bad enough to get you a high draft pick to get a quarterback. So you kind of in a hard spot. The question is it. The question is, what does Pittsburgh want? And let's be fair. Everybody talks about how Pittsburgh, this great team with this great history. If you think about it, they really don't have that. They got them rings like in the 70s and the 80s, but
They got
really,
one ring in the 2000s.
and
2000.
then
They got two. They got two rings. They got two. I apologize. They got two. They got one in '08 and
they got two rings in a 25-year span.
yeah, they got one in '08 and like one in 2012 or something like that.
So everybody talks about how Pittsburgh is like this great, standard of football team. They're really not. And even before the 70s, they wasn't that good of a team.
So I'm a fight back with you on that a little bit. They haven't had a losing season since I don't know when.
True, but they're not a championship team though.
I mean, being a championship team, people forget it is hard to win a championship. If your team is consistently in the playoffs, consistently 9-8, 10-6, 10-7, you don't consider that a solid
Okay, cool. But hear me
franchise?
out. Hear me out. 09,
Uh-huh.
oh 06, 1980, 1979. We had that's four since 79.
Okay.
They've had two. They had two since I was born. I'm older than you. I'm 89. I ain't saying I'm the oldest guy in the world, but I was born in 89. They've had two. How many has the Patriots
Six since 2000.
had? Hell, I give y'all hell. How many y'all had since I was born? What, it three?
We won three in the '90s. Yep.
The Dallas Cowboys got more championships since I was born than the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that's my point. Yeah, they got a standard of being a good team, but these people talking about firing Mike Tomlin because he ain't getting the championships is like, okay, what are we talking about with the Pittsburgh Steelers? Because they are a winning team, but they're not a Super Bowl winning team, from my perspective.
They
They
not they haven't been a Super Bowl. Their last team that I felt like was a championship contender is they had the Killer Bees. They had Ben and they had Le'Veon. Ben it was right before he fell off the cliff. They
mm-hmm.
had Le'Veon and they had Antonio Brown, who was probably the best receiver in the league at that time. That was their last time where they was championship quality.
Pittsburgh's never going to be, and they also not only are going to ever be bad enough to get a high draft pick, they also never going to make a trade to get one of those high draft picks, neither.
You don't think these what 8, 10 years of losing in the first round every year is not going to change their mind to maybe make a move for
That's
um,
not what. That's not their history. They've had three coaches since the '80s. That's not what they. That's not what they do.
I feel like eventually. they got to make some type of trade. Uh,
I
the
would
the free the
add.
free agent the free agent quarterbacks. I mean, we talked about Sam Darnold. They maybe can get him for the cheap, but you don't know. I don't know if I can get out of him what Kevin's O'Connor got out of him. So
Nah, you can't. You can't.
especially if I'm Arthur Smith, I'm like, I don't know. Who else is out there? I know Jimmy G's out there.
Stop it.
Cooper Rush is gonna be out there.
They're gonna
Stop
have to
it.
make. They're gonna have to make a trade for the first round. They have to make a trade for that top
Yeah,
draft.
I think, but that's the thing. They're not gonna give. They're not gonna. What we view as the top two is Shador and Cam. They probably won't get one of them. Their options is Quinn Ewers, which again, I thought he was QB1 coming into the year. Obviously, I was wrong. He fell off. Shador and Cam jumped ahead of him. I don't like. I know Jalen Milroe came out. I don't like Jalen Milroe.
But Quinn Ewers is my at this stage. Would you rather have Quinn Ewers or would you rather have Russell Wilson?
I'd rather have Quinn.
Okay. Would you rather have Quinn or Justin Fields?
That I think Justin Fields will work well with that team.
Okay. All right. I ain't gonna go down to a whole Pittsburgh conversation. My point was it's so much rumblings in Pittsburgh that maybe Mike Tomlin does get let go. As far and I was accusing the fans of saying like, "Hey, what do y'all think this is? That y'all think y'all should be Super Bowl contenders every year? That's not your history." You know what I'm saying? Uh, so I don't. I think the Mike Tomlin situation it might not be a long shot. Y'all might be able to swing it. The one that I think is a longer shot is the Brian Flores, Deion. They are not about to get that man on your head coaching job. And you know it.
Yeah,
You know he ain't about to get another.
yeah. I would like it though.
It's hard enough for a brother to get one opportunity. They gonna give him a second in the whole little situation that happened on the boat in the loss. Man, no. They ain't giving that man another. Deion, I'm surprised he got a defensive coordinator job.
I was too, but hey, he's showing out. He showed out.
Because he's great at what he does. But man, you think he dog. Dog, no. And cool. You said Ben Johnson too, right?
Yeah.
Man, y'all should have, like you said, y'all missed the window to interview him. So now y'all gotta
GM
do some back
malpractice.
channeling.
GM malpractice.
Y'all gotta do some back channeling to even let him know, hey, we interested. And that's saying we interested as where he done probably interviewed with his other teams, and they saying
He
we
didn't
want
interview
you.
pretty much. He didn't interview with pretty much everybody.
Except for the Patriots. He didn't take that one, and we know why. Because he knew what it was with that one. Man,
Yeah.
y'all want variable. Why am I
I
gonna
get
waste
it.
my time? Y'all ain't ready to Rooney rule me. Rooney
Yeah.
rule somebody else. Nah, I'm straight, G. But
No.
I would all the head coaches you said, I think Deion, depending on who his offensive defense coordinator is, right?
Yeah. He could be successful depending on that.
I shouldn't have let Mike McCarthy go.
We shouldn't have.
It's probably gonna be Kellen Moore.
That's what I feel like is going to be the
Maybe Cliff.
leadership, and like you said, Jerry can overshadow Kellen Moore. He ain't overshadowing uh Prime, but he like
Mm,
Coach Prime. So,
Yeah, no, he ain't shy. He ain't shy. He ain't Prime's Prime. Prime on the
so
side. Prime on the sideline with a hoodie that says Coach Prime, not Colorado.
with these, so obviously we talked about the Cowboys. The Cowboys job is opening. The Chicago Bears job is open. The Las Vegas Raiders job is open. The New Orleans Saints job is open, and the Jacksonville Jaguars job is open. Let's just pretend you're Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn. Again, they're the top two candidates in this coaching cycle. Which one of them jobs are you going to?
All right, so let's be real. Only two of them jobs got a quarterback, and that's Dallas and Jacksonville. And neither one of them, Dak puts top 10 numbers, but do you really look at Dak as a top 10 quarterback?
I do, but
Okay.
that's another
Oh,
conversation for another day.
all right, Deion, bro. Let's see. All right, bro. Deion, all right, Deion, you said it. Give me 10. Give me the top 10. But yeah, cool. Let's start easy. Give me the top 5.
Oh, it's obviously Patrick, Lamar, Josh, Joe. Uh, after that,
You better not say that.
I would. I don't think he's top five. And really, because he's hurt, he drops Deion. But I think at his peak, he's a top 10 quarterback. He was second in the MVP voting last year.
You put up numbers.
He putting up numbers.
We know that.
So I mean, this year he's obviously not top 10. When the NFL players does their top 100, I'll be surprised if he's anywhere near that.
Okay, I'm gonna start. Do you think Jared Goff? Who's better, Jared or Dak?
I'll take Dak over Jared. Jared is.
Okay, I don't know about that, but Jaden Daniels or Dak, rookie.
I mean, now I would take Jaden Daniels because it looks like Jaden Daniels has a better upside. But at the moment in time, Dak is a veteran. But I would take Jaden Daniels because he's a rookie on a rookie deal.
Justin Herbert,
Give me Dak. They
Jordan.
basically.
Okay, Jordan Love.
Oh, give me Dak. Jordan Love turned into Brett Favre. Did you not watch that playoff game?
Come
Did you
on,
not watch this season?
Deion.
Love was
Come on,
awful.
bro. I
I'm
know.
actually,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
actually mad that he turned into Brett Favre this season. What was that last season when you played us in the playoffs?
Matthew Stafford.
Matt, I love Matthew. He's just old.
Okay, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, he's a. Definitely take Dak over Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is not. He doesn't have the arm talent Dak has.
Tua.
Dak.
Okay, Deion. I ain't
You
even gonna
taking
say no
two
more.
over? You taking two over Dak?
Okay, C.J. Stroud.
I'll probably take CJ.
Yeah, man. You just all right. I'm just gonna give it to you. Trevor Lawrence or Dak.
Dak. Trevor Lawrence right now, he's been riding off of potential.
Okay. All right. We just gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave it there. Is Can you make an argument for Dak being top 10? Yes, but is Dak really a top 10? He if he is top 10, he's 10
I'm okay with that.
or 11. You know what I mean?
Okay with it. But okay, I'm okay with that. But back to the original
Okay, cool.
conversation.
Dak to
Which
which
one of
job
these
is
jobs
better?
would you want to go to?
Only two of them got a two. Only two of them got a quarterback, and then basically it's between are you taking Trevor Lawrence or you taking Dak? Do you want to go to Dallas and deal with Jerry Jones? Because Jerry Jones gives you. Here's the thing: y'all actually have decent, like y'all have really good players.
We have a lot of superstars. Are
Shit just go wrong with y'all all the time. So do you want to have good players and you be a good coach and just go wrong, or do you want to go to Jacksonville where you basically you you don't matter? Like let's call a spade spade.
but it's one of those situations where you don't matter, but if you do even the littlest thing,
Because of the business crowd.
yeah, they still talk about the Saxonville days to this day. And that team fumbled it in the AFC Championship game.
Man, all right, dog. Between the two, I think I would go Jacksonville just because I don't want to deal with the jury mess. But
Uh,
that's me personally.
Honestly, I agree with you. I think that is an intriguing job. Again, I mean, kind of talked shitty about him not too long ago, but Trevor Lawrence, he's still working off potential, but he still is a talented quarterback. He just hasn't reached that next level yet. They have some pieces. They got some receivers. They got an okay defense. Didn't really show up. I expected them to be a lot better with Doug Pearson. I believe I picked them to win their division. They made me
Mhm.
look like a fool.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that.
I don't know why I did that, but I like Jacksonville. You don't like Chicago? I mean, you got Caleb Williams who showed promise on a rookie deal. We're not even gonna talk about Las Vegas. We know that's not the job you want.
You know,
Unless they can
I,
trade and get a
I
quarterback.
I think I was looking at it from Glenn's perspective, but for being not being uh what's his name? What's his name? It's Ben Johnson and Glenn.
Yeah,
I was looking at it from Glenn's perspective. But if I'm Ben Johnson, I think I would take the Chicago job
yeah.
because of Caleb Williams. And there is offensive weapons there as well. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm taking Chicago's job. If I'm Glenn, I'm taking Jacksonville's job.
Oh, and I think yeah, I said the Saints. Apparently, Glenn is the favorite in New Orleans. How do you feel about the New Orleans job?
I don't feel nothing because they ain't no good and they ain't got no quarterback.
Same with the Raiders, and I don't even know where they're picking it, but I don't think they.
I know, and I was trying to load that up but my phone.
Yeah,
Tennessee got the first, Cleveland got second, the Giants got the third, the Patriots got the fourth, Jacksonville got the fifth, Las Vegas got sixth, the Jets got seventh, Carolina at eight, New Orleans at nine. So if you New Orleans, you picking at nine, in the Vegas Raiders, you picking at six. So you got a chance to get it. If you the Raiders, you got a chance to get one of the quarterbacks.
they got.
One of the because we'll throw Quinn in the top three. We'll say the top three. They got a chance to get the top three because New England's not going to draft a quarterback.
Oh,
Cleveland,
I think Cleveland might have to. I mean, we haven't talked about it.
they should. They better. They better.
Because it looks
Oh,
like Deshaun Watson is not going to be playing in 2025, 2026.
they
Don't
need
know
to pay
what
him.
it. Come on, just wear your boot. All you had to do is wear your boot. Then it looks like you're about to lose all on millions, but that's neither here nor there. Cleveland is in bad shape, so they're probably gonna have to draft a quarterback.
Yeah. The Raiders has a chance to get one of the top three. New Orleans at nine, you're not getting one of the top three. So you ain't even gonna have a quarterback to look forward to. So I will go. Yeah, I will go with between Las Vegas and New Orleans. I think personally, I will go with New Orleans. But Glenn he got history for the Vegas. With not with the Saints. He coached there and he also played there.
Yeah, so I heard he was the favorite for New Orleans. Hope he gets the job. Hope he's a successful. Aaron Glenn, I talked about it a little bit last week. Make sure that buyout is hefty after that year one, just in case. Just want to let you know. Just make sure that buyout is hefty. That's all I gotta say.
What you see it? You gotta make sure that's every time. You gotta make sure that money right. You know what I mean?
So now we got the divisional weekend here for the NFL playoffs. We have the Kansas City Chiefs playing against the Houston Texans. We have the Philadelphia Eagles playing against the Los Angeles Rams. Then we have the Commanders playing against
The Lions.
the Lions. And the main event between the top two MVP looks like one of these guys is going to win the MVP. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Baltimore Ravens, Buffalo Bills. Looks like it's going to be a cold one up there in upstate New York. How excited are you about this this divisional weekend? We might as well go ahead and slide to these pickles.
Okay, excitement on a scale of 1 to 10. Everybody like this is the best weekend in football. Um, I see why they say that, especially now because you get the college football game on Monday. But I think last week, you get
Last
you
week,
get you get
last,
you
last week.
get 6 games.
Going forward, I'm assuming we'll talk about this one later in the year. If college football somewhat keeps the same format, and I'm assuming it lines up like that, the week of the Final Four and the wild card weekend, Final Four for college football and wild card weekend, it's gonna be the biggest weekend in football going forward. All them games, like what
Yeah,
5 days.
yeah, it's fine like 5 days of football. That's what I'm saying. Like this year, I think that weekend is better. Don't get me wrong, it's an national championship this weekend, but I think that this year, uh, like let's be real, the Ravens and the Bills is the game that everybody is looking forward
Mhm. But gonna be seated.
to. The rest of these games, we care about, but do we care about? All right, we go to the pick and we'll talk about it. Texas and Chiefs.
Some people is picking Texans to win because the Texans defense look good. I'm not picking against Patrick Mahomes. You got me messed up.
All right, let me ask you this though: do you think it's a possibility for them to be rusty? They ain't played in what down there. It feels like a
It's
month.
Christmas.
Hey, you know what I mean? It's the way. It's gonna be the 20th by the time they play.
Damn near month. Yeah, definitely a chance they be rusty, but they are back-to-back champs. They know how to get up. I believe, last year they wasn't a one seed, but the year before they was a one seed. They know how to get up. They know what they're doing. If they wasn't back, if that was their first time doing it, I would be more concerned. But this is nothing new for the Kansas City Chiefs. They going for a three-peat. They know what they doing.
Then they're gonna get okay. Well, I ain't gonna ask you that. I ain't gonna ask you that they're gonna get the 3 beat, but all right. I'm going with the Chiefs as well. Commanders versus Lions.
I got the Lions. Lions looking tough. Commanders, y'all Cinderella run looks like it might be over. Even though y'all look good.
Yeah, I'm going with the Lions, man. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
What are we talking about? They're a better team. Commanders, even though they did win last week, they played the Buccaneers. What are we talking about? Like I said, the Commanders struggled against winning teams, and I said last week. But do the Buccaneers really feel like a winning team?
The division they play in is not good.
Oh, all right. Rams versus Eagles.
I got the Rams.
Can you
Uh,
mention we both wrote off the Rams earlier this year?
we did. We thought they was about to trade Cooper Cup, all that. But the Rams look good. I know the Eagles won. They didn't look that great, and especially throwing the ball.
Hmm.
You're gonna have to score some points against the Rams.
Okay. Was it so you watched the highlights, right? And
Mhm.
we said that it was the passing game. But we putting that on Jalen Hurts, or did the receivers not get open?
I mean, the whole season, Jalen Hurts, he's not been passing the rock well this whole year. I mean,
Right.
he'll have a big play here and there. Obviously, when you have an AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, you're gonna get some big plays.
Right.
But total this year, his lack of ability passing has shown more this year than past years for some reason. Don't know why. But when you have a Saquon Barkley back there, you also don't even have to attempt to even try to show off your arm talent. So,
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Eagles because I think this is gonna be an AJ Brown game.
all
I
right.
think the passing game gonna get right this week. I
And
think
yeah, go
uh,
ahead.
the star of the weekend, Ravens versus Bills.
Hold on. Before you go there, uh, AJ Brown, what happened? He got caught reading a book on the sideline. Celebrities out there, famous people out there. There's a reason why uh you should get some paper before you endorse anything, because it was like 153% increase in the sales of that book.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if the author, you better do the right thing. I mean, you don't have to, but you should do the right thing and cut AJ Brown just a little check. But celebrities out there, if you know whatever you're doing, maybe cover it up. Because if you like that, and AJ Brown, he's like that, and the fact that he did on the sideline, but it wasn't the first time too, which is even crazy. But the fact he got on the sideline and increased that book sales like that, if I'm AJ, I would want to look cut because you wouldn't have got it because of me without me.
True.
But I just wanted to point that out. But we can move on.
Uh, was he reading the book or was it just in his hands?
I mean, he apparently, like I said, it wasn't the first time he's read the book.
Okay.
That's what I saw, which intriguing. I mean, I've never seen that or heard of that before.
I seen
So
somebody eat a hot dog, but I ain't never seen nobody read a book.
yeah, so yeah.
But yeah, start of the weekend, Ravens versus Bills.
I mean, I'm nervous as a Lamar Jackson fan, but I'm going with Lamar Jackson. I'm not picking against him.
I started to write the Ravens down next to your name already. But I was like, wait, he might surprise me.
I'm nervous. If I didn't have the bias in me, I'm okay without being biased. I'm okay being biased with my Cowboys, but I can't. It's hard for me to. I'm okay with being biased with Lamar, but I can't. I can't. I couldn't do it. So I'm okay with being biased. I'm just being biased.
I bet, yeah, I'm going with Lamar too. Ain't no sugarcoating it. Hell, I picked the Titans all year to win the game, and they ain't win a damn thing.
Yep.
So,
Should be an exciting one again. It's gonna be cold. That's what scares me. But that tells me Derrick Henry, go ahead and grab the backpack, start throwing people in it, because you're gonna be carrying.
what you said? Did you see it? Shout out.
So that'll do it for another episode of From Our Perspective. I'm glad you guys could join us. Hopefully you got that notification bell turned on so when it drops, you get it immediately. Like, subscribe if you haven't. I'm pretty sure you have. But if you haven't, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, perspective_08. We have some more start bench cuts coming in the near future, so be prepared to that and to give your perspective on those. We still got merch. Didn't say it last week, but I was upset at the NFL on how they was doing the black coaches. But we still got merch. Link is in the bio. Buy some merch, please and thank you. Uh, hey,
You
Valentine's Day is coming up. Get your shorty something.
get your shorty some. We got some ornaments on there. We got some blankets. Man, what you need, man? Get you a vibes hoodie. Yeah, come on now.
Get your shorty. Hey, I'm just saying. And also follow everything Mixed Vibe Media related. What else we got out there, Q?
Uh oh, you see, I said, damn, what we got out there?
We
All
got
right.
that much going
Make sure y'all follow Hold Up in Another Thing, a podcast hosted and curated by me. You know what I'm saying? Also the Mix of Ass podcast. We got Distant Combos with KNS. We got I said what I said. They coming. They actually should be dropping their first episode this weekend. They actually already got episodes ready and waiting. They just waiting on the right time to drop. But I said what I said. Like I said, they should be coming this. They should be coming this weekend. And yeah, man, all of that. And follow all the social medias. Mix Vibes. Just search Mix Vibes Media and everything will pop up. How about that? There we go.
Y'all there. So again, thank you guys for joining us. Once again, please like, please subscribe. Hopefully everyone has a great rest of your day. And again, from our perspective.